So you want to start by cutting 2 identical ovals from 3mm craft foam, and then you just want to cut out the insides of one of the ovals so that you get a thin line that fits right over the top of the other oval. And then just cut out the bat shape. You can just Google this and it's really easy to find. Just Google the Michael Keaton Batman symbol. So then get yourself some pleather. You want to put it shiny side down, then hot glue your bat onto it, pressing it onto the pleather, and then just cut out that bat shape out of the pleather. And this will give it kind of a shiny look so it doesn't look so flat, like that. And to do the same thing with the small circle that you cut, put that covered in pleather as well. And so then for the remaining circle, I cut some gold foil fabric in the shape of an oval a little bit smaller than that, so there was a little bit of craft foam still showing around the outside. I just glued that to the center of the oval. And then you just want to take your pleather covered oval and glue that to the other one. That's why you leave the bare spot of the craft foam so that it can have something to glue to. And then to glue on the bat, you just want to measure it in the center of your oval, and then you want to scrape off some of that gold because otherwise the hot glue won't stick to it. So make sure that it's hidden by the bat, but scrape off enough so that it's got something to stick to. And then put your glue on your bat and glue that right in the center. So for the chest armor, you just want to cut a large piece of craft foam the same size as your chest. If you can't find one the size of your chest, you can do what I did here and just take 2 long pieces and put them together. And in order to get them to stay together, you just take another rectangle, cover it in hot glue, and glue the 2 sides right onto it. And you only want to go about part way down because you'll need to do the gap at the bottom. So you just draw a half circle at the bottom. I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but then just cut out around that half circle. And I like both sides to be even, so I just cut out half of it and then use that as a template to cut out the other half. So then cut a couple pieces of craft foam that are 2 inches wide and long enough to cover that gap. And then in the very center, we'll cut a little square out at the bottom, just like that. And that should fit right over that, or under it in this case. You want your little gap in there to line up right in the center. So then flip it over, and you just want to mark out where it sits on the back of your chest armor. And this way you'll be putting the hot glue actually on the back side of the chest armor instead of on the rectangle, and that way you won't have any hot gluing showing on the front. So just carefully fill in the glue around to where those lines were that you made, and just lay your pieces back on top of it, just like that. And you just do the same thing with several other pieces all the way down until you get to the bottom. And then you'll just take a little rectangle and glue that on the back side of the last one on the bottom, just like that. And so then I cut a square, and then I just kind of divoted it off a little bit and curved it around, and then just lifted up the one corner. So that's going to be one side of the top of the chest armor, and then I cut an identical piece and flipped it the other way and laid it on the other side. So then you just want to start by hot gluing along that line. This is 5mm craft foam, by the way, so it's a little thicker than the other. You just glue those 2 pieces together, and then you glue them right onto the top of the chest armor. Glue the whole piece on. So this is obviously very simplified chest armor, but I just wanted something that gave the look without having to spend too much time or energy on it. And so then the bat you can just hot glue right to the top, and then hot glue the whole thing to a black turtleneck. And so that's what that looks like without the turtleneck.